to Clash of the Dice. In this episode I'm going to have another solo game of Elder Sign, and this time I'm up against the big man himself, Cthulhu. Let's see how I get on. Right, so I haven't been lazy this time. I've been through all of the cards and I've taken out everything except for the core game and the Unseen Forces expansion. And I've also been random, so I've chosen an ancient one at random and I've come up with Cthulhu, H.P. Lovecraft's classic invention. And I've chosen two characters at random as well, and I've ended up with Bob Jenkins, the salesman, and Jenny Barnes, the dilettante, both of whom are from the core game. Now, Cthulhu's special, he reduces each investigator's maximum sanity and stamina by 1, so that's worked out quite nicely with the characters I've got, because both these characters have got 4 and 6, or 4 and 6 and 6 and 4 for sanity and stamina, so that reduces them to 3 and 5 and 5 and 3 respectively. So that they're doable, quite nicely doable, because standard characters obviously have those kind of stats, one or the other of. So yeah, this should be quite good. I'm looking forward to doing this. The downside is we've got a couple of At Midnight cards down here, one of which is particularly nasty, the Horrible Visions. At midnight add two Doom tokens to the Doom track. So that's probably the one I'm going to go for first, with Bob Jenkins, and I'm quite fortunate that he's got a yellow and a red. So let's draw a Mythos card and get on with it. So add 1 Doom to the Doom track, that's a good start, and then the next time the clock strikes midnight a monster appears. So Doom to the Doom track. Right, so Bob Jenkins is heading for the Horrible Visions. We're adding the red and the yellow, so let's remove these cards. We've still got a yellow. And that's a reasonably good start. We've got the bottom row. And I'll use the red scroll simply because it maximises our chances of being able to get the top row, because the red doesn't have a terror symbol. Okay, so we have a peril, but we don't have a terror, so I'll focus that peril, and then I'll discard the yellow, because the yellow also doesn't have a terror. So, okay, need to lose a die again. Oh, I was really hoping to be able to do this on the first turn, especially with a red and a yellow. It's not looking likely though, is it? Yes, on the last roll we get it. That was really going down to the wire then. Right, so he comes back. We gain an Elder Sign, and we gain a red item. Dragon's Eye. Before moving, discard to discard 1 adventure card along with all monsters on it, replacing it with a new adventure card. This will not affect other world cards. Okay. 2 trophies to add to the bank. Replace the card. There's another one with an Elder Sign. Good-o. Right. On to the next character and advance the clock. I should have said, Bob Jenkins' special ability is each time he gains a common item after setup, he gains an extra common item. So every time he draws a yellow card, he can draw a second one as well and keep them both. Jenny Barnes, she can discard a common item or a clue or a spell and then add the yellow and the red dice to her dice pool, so that's pretty powerful too. Speaking of Jenny Barnes, let's move on to her turn. So Jenny Barnes is going to go over to the hedge maze, and using her ability she's going to discard this yellow item, which would give her the yellow die, but by doing that she gains the yellow and the red. And again, we're after an Elder Sign, so I'm really happy with that. Could do with a clue here, but we don't have one. There's no terror effect at least. So I think under the circumstances I will focus the yellow 4. Is it worth focusing the yellow 4? Yes, I'll focus the yellow 4. No, I won't. I'll focus the green 3, because that increases our chances of at least not getting a terror. Not that that really matters. Okay, so we have a wild, which can count as anything, and we have a peril, so we'll use those for the bottom row. And then we just need a peril. And there we go. Right, so she goes back to souvenir shop. We claim the card before we claim the winnings, so we replace the card, and we are now, that's important because we are now going to get a monster as part of the winnings, so it gives us more options for placing the monster. So let's take a monster from the monster cup. It's a warlock. I hate the warlock. I think we'll add the warlock to the crazed writings. I know that's got an elder sign on it, but it's probably the easiest task that's out there. Right, and then we gain a red item. This gives us a red die. We gain a yellow before rolling discard to become blessed. That's worth having. And we gain an elder sign. So 2 elder signs for 1 doom. Good stuff. Let's move up to Bob Jenkins and advance the clock. Okay, so all things considered, I think I've got to look up that. I'm going to head for the crazed writings, simply because it's only a 4 dice task in its entirety, 4 dice card in its entirety, and that's not going to be too bad to do because each one of those has got a 1 in 3 chance of getting a die. So there's an elder sign at stake, so I am going to use my yellow. Move the chit over. We can do one of the 2 main tasks, but we can't get rid of the monster yet. So I'll take the terror, and we'll pop that there. Okay, and we can use these 2 peril, take out the warlock. Now we just need a law, and we've got 4 dice to do it with. There we go. We gain an elder sign. 3 down, 10 to go. We unlock the red die. We return the monster to the cup because it's a warlock, return this marker to the cup and gain two clue tokens. Replace the card. Move to Jenny Barnes and advance the clock. Right, so we're going to use the cross so that Jenny becomes blessed as the white dice to have a roll. We're going to take on the sudden attack, I think, because the terror effect is place 1 monster on each unoccupied monster task in play. There aren't any monster tasks in play, so the terror effect would be null and void. We are going to get another elder sign, which means we're progressing on really nicely. So, my rule of thumb, we add the red, but in this case, because it's Jenny, okay, so it doesn't count for unique items. So, yeah, she can only discard common items, clues or spells to add the red and the yellow. I don't want to discard this spell because that will allow us to fully restore an investigator's sanity at some point. Although thinking about it, it is probably worth doing that. So we'll keep hold of that unique item for now. We'll discard this because we can at least go to the first aid station to replenish sanity and stamina. So we'll do that, and that way we gain the red and the yellow, and we've got the white. So this should be really easy. Should. I did say should. Okay, so we've got a 3 and a peril for the bottom row. Now we just need another peril. There we go. Now that might have been going a bit overkill, but we get another elder sign, so it's worth doing, always worth doing in my opinion. Right. So there's another trophy to add to the stash as well. Replace the card. We gain a unique item, we gain a common item, and we gain another elder sign. We're doing really well at the minute. 4 elder signs for 1 doom. Advance the clock to midnight. There are no midnight effects. We resolve the mythos card. The next time the clock strikes midnight, a monster appears. Oh, we have got the wizard Whately. So that's again another nasty card because it turns a non-ordered card into an ordered card, and it locks the red die. So that was already ordered, but it's already got a lot of lore on it. I'll tell you what we can do. If we put it here, because it is going to be Bob's turn next. No, we'll put it here. No. Ooh, which one? What I'm thinking is, Bob has got the Dragon's Eye, which allows him to discard an adventure, including all monsters on it, and then replace it. If we succeed in this card, it will give us 2 other world cards. Other world cards are good for getting elder signs. Yeah, I just don't fancy just simply adding a Doom to the Doom track for no reason, so we'll put it there. It's Bob's go, after we've drawn a new mythos card. Roll 1 green die. On an investigation result, add a number of Doom tokens to the Doom track equal to the amount of investigation shown. That's nasty. And then there is no lingering effect. Okay, let's take these out of the way. It's not an investigation. Good, we got away with it. Right, so over to Bob. Bob is going to use the Dragon's Eye, which will get rid of that horrible monster, and we'll also discard the Hidden Temple. So we'll replace that. Dreaming of a Stranger. Okay, so ideally we want to get Bob blessed, just like Jenny. So to do that we need 2 more trophies. So that considered, I think we'll go for the Walled Up card. The terror effect is you become cursed, but I'm reasonably confident with 2 clues we can avoid that, and again we stand to get 2 more elder signs. We'll release a monster as well, but I think it's worth a chance. So let's pop Bob there. It's not an ordered card. Right, so we have the terror and we have the 2. We also have the 6 investigation for the bottom, but I think it's probably worth going for the top row first, so we lose a stamina as well. Let's roll dice. Okay, that doesn't help. We'll use a clue. That really doesn't help. We're definitely going to use a clue because we don't want the terror effect. Okay, isn't hindsight a wonderful thing? So I'm about to become cursed because we've got the 3 and a 1 and a 1, so we're 1 away, but we've got a terror effect, and the terror effect was going to become cursed. So that is significantly less than ideal. So we're going to focus the 3, got to lose that. We now have to add the black, and we are cursed. So now when we roll the black die, we have to take away one green die that matches it. Okay, so there isn't one that matches it, that's good. But we now have failed that, so we have to take a dice away, and we've got one roll left. We need a 3 investigation. Nope, failed. So we lose 2 sanity, and we are still cursed. We remain cursed until we successfully complete an adventure, or we get blessed. Advance the clock. Over to Jenny for Jenny's turn. While Jenny is blessed and she's got plenty of stuff to add other extra dice, I think Jenny's going to go for Lights Out. It's an ordered card, but it will get an Elder Sign and a spell out of it. So using her skill, we'll get rid of the .18 Derringer, which will add the red and the yellow to her dice pool. And we've also got the blessed die. And now we have to do this in order. 3 investigation first. Oh, that's not good. We've got 2 2s and 2 1s, so we're going to have to go for 2 2s and a 1 together. Okay. But at least by doing it that way, we're minimising. I don't know. Well, let's find out. Peril. 2 of. Not a single one. Okay. Well, let's get rid of the green. Still not a single one. Let's get rid of another green. Okay, we've got a wild, so we can focus that. Then we'll get rid of a green. Oh dear me. I can get rid of 1 die and then it becomes impossible. No, it is now impossible. Starting with the blessed, we've failed a task, so we're no longer blessed. We lose those. I thought that would be fairly easy. We lose 2 stamina. So we're pretty unhealthy at the minute, Jenny is, and we had a doom. Okay, so luck is definitely reversing. Back to on his name, yeah? Bob. And yep, advance the clock. Okay, well I think we're going to simply send Bob to the first aid station. And we'll spend a couple of trophies to fully restore his sanity. Then we advance the clock. And then Jenny, much as it pains me to do this, she's going to go to the first aid station as well, spend another couple of trophies to fully regain her stamina. So that just leaves me with 2 trophies. We advance the clock. It's midnight. That has not been a good round. So, new Mythos card. Each cursed investigator rolls a green die. Each investigator who rolls a terror becomes devoured. This roll cannot be affected in any way. There is no lingering effect. Okay, so Bob, if you roll a terror, you're a goner. Bye bye, Bob. Okay, so I've drawn another investigator at random, and we've got Jim Culver, the musician. I've never used Jim before, so this could be interesting. His special ability is, once per turn, Jim may focus or assist, even after a roll in which a task is successfully completed. Ordinarily, he can only do it after a failed roll, so he can do it even if it's successful. So it's a little bit like a spell, and he starts with a unique item and a spell. Right, so because we've had an investigator get devoured, we have to add a doom to the doom track. That releases a monster. And we have a formless spawn, which requires a terror and a sanity to get rid of. Okay, so I think I'm going to put the formless spawn on here because this has got a terror effect and by having more spaces where we can use terror is a good thing. So now we need to think, where is Jim going to go for his first turn? Of the 6 cards out there, 4 of them have got terror effects, so kind of need to go for one of them really. I'm still thinking that this one is probably a good one, but on the other hand this one means we won't lose a stamina to complete it, and if we win we'll get another world card, so that's probably worth going for. We'll go for that. We're going to add his red die. He also has a spell. That popped out. Right, so we have our 6 investigation, and with Jim's ability we can focus, sorry that goes on the top row, we can focus this law. Where is he? There we go. Like that. Handy skill to have. There we go, there's your law. So Bob's your uncle. Well done, Jim. First outing is a success. So replace the card. Ooh, it's got a monster space on it. So first of all we release a monster. That's okay. It's only a rat thing. Requires 1 investigation to get rid of. I can live with that. Has to go on that one because it's a monster space. We get a clue. We get an other world card. Oh, jackpot one, really, eh? Difficult one to achieve though. And we get an elder sign. So that is 5 elder signs for 3 doom. Right, over to Jenny, advance the clock, and let's have a think what Jenny's going to do. Okay, just noticed Jenny's got 1 too many stamina at the minute. So get rid of that. And I think, yeah, the idea was on the previous turn with Jim that there was too many terror effects out there, and we replaced the card that's also got a terror effect. So I think we're going to go for the card we've just got. Even though it's got a terror effect, it's simply discarding a trophy, which I don't particularly want to do because I want to build up the trophies so that we can get blessed again. So we do have a red die at least. We add that to the dice pool with the greens, and then Jenny's going to pop over here. Could have done with a peril in there, which we haven't got. So I'm going to focus. I think actually we'll just take care of the rat thing. Right, so this is going to be a terror effect. We can focus the peril. We have to lose a trophy, which I suppose in the grand scheme of things isn't terrible. Right, we lose a die and roll again. So we have to lose our 1 remaining trophy. Take a die away, can't focus anything else, and roll again. This is really not going well. In fact, it is now impossible. Yeah, because there's no dice out there with a 5 investigation. So that's going to add another doom to the doom track. So we were doing well. At least we get rid of the rat thing, which doesn't give us anything. Oh, return this marker to the cup, then discard 1 item of your choice. Great. So we've lost our other unique item for Jenny. Things are going rather badly. No, she stays there. We advance the clock and back to Jim. We started off really well. 5 Elder Signs and now we're on 4 Doom. Oh well, it's not the end of the world as we know it yet. Right, Jin is going to go over here with Jenny and help out. At least he's got a clue and a spell. Nothing else. Right, it's a terror effect, but we've got no trophies to lose. Oh, we have got a clue. So right now we've got the law, we've got 5 investigation. So all we're missing is a peril. So I'll spend the clue to get rid of the peril. To re-roll the dice to try and get a peril. Nah. So we can get Jim to focus the law, Jenny to assist with the 3. There's nothing in the rules that says you can't focus and assist on the same turn. We have to lose a die. Now we need a 2 investigation and a peril. That's not so good. If we spell up the 3, we now lose a die, and now we need a peril. Otherwise we add another Doom token to the Doom track and we get another monster. We get another Doom token to the Doom track and we get another monster. It's the Witch. That's going to make this a lot harder. It has to go either on Rillier or it goes on here. It's going to go on there because I don't want to make Rillier more difficult than it is. We advance the clock over to Jenny and we need to think very carefully about what we're going to do next. Okay, I think we've got a 3 investigations spelled up, which is about as good as it gets. So if we go for walled up, we're halfway to completing the bottom row. So let's do that. Well, I think we go for the 6 investigation at the bottom. That was either a really good thing to do or a really stupid thing to do. Time will tell. As it happens, it was a really good thing to do because we now have 2 investigation from 2 1s and we have the terror, and then we lose a stamina. So with that, we seem to be back in control of the game. We've got trophies again, only 2 of. Ooh, Midnight Effect coming up at the end of this turn as well. We gain a clue. We gain 2 Elder Signs, which puts us on 7. And a monster comes out. The monster has to go on Rillier, and it's this chap again. And now we advance the clock back to Jim. At midnight, add 3 Doom tokens to the Doom track if there are any monsters in play. There's 2 in play, so 3 more Doom tokens coming up. So that will release another monster, and we've got 3 Doom spaces left. And it's another nasty one, Spectral Hunter. Where on earth are we going to put this? I think we're going to put it here because it's already pretty nasty and it's not going to give us an Elder Sign. Although if we put it in there, we want to get rid of that Midnight Effect desperately. Right, Mythos card. Add 1 Doom token to the Doom track if there is at least 1 investigator has a clue token. That releases yet another monster. And this is going to lock the yellow die, Hound of Tyndalus. We've got far too many monsters in play. I think that's going to go here. Next time the clock strikes midnight, a monster appears. Oh dearie me. Okay, sit rep. There are 5 monsters in play. It is impossible to get rid of 5 monsters before midnight. There is a midnight effect that adds 3 Doom tokens to the Doom track if there are monsters in play. There are 2 spaces left on the Doom track. Therefore, we need to do this one. We have got Butkus in the way of items other than Jenny Barnes has got a clue. If she gets rid of the clue, she can add the yellow and the red die to her dice pool. She can't add the yellow or the red because they are both locked by monsters. Things are going rather badly, folks. Do you know what helps? When you read the Mythos cards correctly. Because what it actually says is add 1 Doom token to the Doom track unless at least 1 Investigate has a clue token. So, we do have a Doom token, so we can take that one away, which means we get rid of the most recent monster we just placed. So, get rid of the Hand of Tindalus, because he shouldn't have been out there in the first place. So at least now we can use the yellow die if we spend our only two trophies to buy a common item at the souvenir shop, which I think we're going to have to do. Yeah, so the only person at the souvenir shop at the minute is Jenny. It's not Jenny's turn at the minute, it's Jim's turn at the minute. So I think now Jim can, there's no point in going to the first aid station. I think he's going to go to the Lost and Found. Now, I don't normally like doing this, but we can roll up to 3 green dice, and then depending on what the results are, we get stuff. And essentially you want anything except investigation. So I think I'll go for 1 green. And so, okay, it's 1 investigation, so we now have to lose either 1 sanity or 1 stamina, so we'll lose 1 sanity. And then we advance the clock. Right, Jenny's turn. She's going to spend our last 2 trophies to gain a yellow card, which gives her the yellow dice. Right, she is then going to go over here, and there's no point in sacrificing it to get the red die because the red die is locked. So we do at least have a clue in addition to the yellow die. The downside is if we do this, it's going to release another monster. But straight away we've got 3 peril. That is about as good as we could possibly expect from the first roll. So now we need 5 investigation. Okay, we've got clue, so I'm going to re-roll all of them. Okay, so there's a 3. So we'll focus the 3. We need to lose a die. And there's another 3, so that's the 5 investigation for the top row. Right. Replace the card. We're going to start with a monster. Get that out of the way. It's a relatively simple one. It's a Bayaki. That requires either a law or a terror to vanquish. Where we're going to put the Bayaki? I think we'll put it here on the lingering curse, because it's not as useful as the others. We gain a spell, we gain a common item, good one, and we gain a unique item. Not that we can make much use of either of those, because the red dice is locked. Okay, so we should have gone to Jenny. Now we're back to Jim. We advance the clock. What oh what is Jim gonna do? He could go for Relier and try and vanquish that monster and unlock the red, and he'd probably fail the adventure, but he will be able to survive that because he's got plenty of stamina and plenty of sanity, or sufficient stamina and sanity. So I think that's what he's going to do. Pop over here and then effectively sacrifice himself. Okay, so we've got a law and we've got a 1. Now remember, this is now ordered, so we have to do it this way round. And now we've got 1 chance to do the bottom row. Chances of this happening, some mathematician out there might be able to tell me, but pretty slim, in short. Yep, failed. So, actually bear with me because I think I've just had a horrible realisation. Nope, it's fine. I thought for a horrible second that because this is a partial monster task, so the monster only takes up part of the row, I thought you have to do the entire adventure, and if you don't, then the monster isn't vanquished. But it's not. It's if you don't complete the entire row, then the monster isn't vanquished. But we did complete the entire row, so that monster is gone. So we get rid of the monster, return this to the cup, and then gain a spell. Okay, but we still lose 2 stamina and 2 sanity. And then we advance the clock, and it's Jenny's turn. Right, so I think Jenny has now got a really good chance, or the best chance we've had for quite a while, of being able to do Brilliant. She's got Jim there to help her out. We've got a spell, the Voice of Ra, which will change a die to any result of our choice. We can get rid of the flamethrower and add the red and the yellow to the dice pool. Just a shame really, we haven't got any clues, but yeah, I think we're going to have to do without. No midnight effects coming up at the end of this turn, other than a monster's going to appear, and that monster would have to go on Rillia, so I don't want to do that, so let's, here we go, all or nothing. Right, it's not ordered this time. We have got terror, we have got peril, we have got a law, and we've got a law. So that is, again, as good as that first roll could possibly have gone. Now we just need 2 lots of 1 investigation. Surely that is doable. Yes, it is. Boom. Oh, are we going? Dare I say that we're going to stand a chance again? Ideally we want to be having cards that will get rid of Doom off the Doom track, but they come back to the souvenir shop. We gain an ally. Thomas E. Malone. Place 1 sanity token on Thomas F. Malone to change 1 die showing a law result to a peril result. Discard this card when there are 4 tokens on it. So we can do that 4 times, that's pretty powerful. Might come in handy for this one where we need plenty of peril, or for this one. Yeah, that's a good card to have. Right, 3 Elder Signs. 1, 2, 3. So that puts us on 10. We're within 3 of winning. So we're drawing level with the Doom again, because we're in 3 of losing on Doom. That adds 2 trophies to the trophy pool. We advance the clock. It's midnight. We've got a lingering effect from the Mythos card where a monster is going to appear. A cultist would be nice. They're nice and simple. Ah, for goodness sake, we just got rid of him. Right, it has to go on one of these 2. This one is already more difficult than that one. They're both ordered, but I would say this one is already more difficult, so I think we'll put that on there. That's supposed to go at the bottom, I think. So that locks the red die. So that's really annoying. Okay. So we're on to Jim. We draw a new Mythos card. Add one doom token to the doom track. That's going to cause a monster to appear. Investigators may ignore order arrows on adventure cards today. Oh, bonus. Right. Add doom track to the doom token to the doom track. One monster. There's only one place it can go, and that's on lights out. It's another particularly nasty one, a flying polyp, and it has to go at the bottom. That's going to cost us some stamina and some sanity. Okay, well there's no two ways about it. Jim is in really bad shape, so as much as it pains me to do it, I think we're going to have to spend our full trophies at the first aid station to fully regain his stamina and sanity. So, needs 5 back, there we go. 2 more stamina. Here we go. Right, let me advance the clock. Over to Jenny's turn. We can ignore the order arrows, so if necessary we can just take care of that monster. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Right, Jenny, off you go. Be a hero. No law. No law whatsoever. Although we do have the voice of Ra, so we can use the voice of Ra to change a die to a law. That'll take care of the monster. Right. Oops, that popped out. Let's tidy those up. Right. Okay. Nothing. Terror effect. Discard one spell will be devoured. Again, helps if you read the card. Can't discard a spell, she's got to be devoured. That sucks, but at least we've taken out the monster. Right, so the monster is at least gone again. 16 that one. Right, let's sort out a new investigator and then we'll be back. Right, so we've drawn Amanda Sharp. We got previous character got devoured, so we have to add a doom to the doom track. There's 1 space left, and we advance the clock back to Jim. What can Jim do? Again, we need to be trying to concentrate on some of these monsters. So don't want to go for this one, because if we fail it, we get a doom. We have to then fight Cthulhu. This one, we lose a sanity. That's probably not so bad. This one, we can. That's going to add a doom. That's going to add a doom. That one's not. I think when all's said and done, we're going to have to go for the graveyard. So Jim, off you go to the graveyard. Let's see if we can at least get rid of the monster. Right, so that's the monster taken care of. So lose a die. That's 3, 4, 5. It's now impossible because you need 5 dice to complete this. So, as I say, at least we got rid of the monster. That's going to cost him another sanity. Oh, I got the. Yeah, that's right. Oops. And we've got 2 trophies again. So, advance the clock over to Amanda. As much as I hate to, I think she's going to have to go for this one. We have at least got a yellow. And we've got a unique item that can give us a scroll, a lore, if we need it. We've got enough to go for that middle row if we use the unique item, or do I just take out the monster? I think we have to go for the middle row, so I'll use the unique item. This was either a really good thing to do or a really stupid thing to do. So we've got that one, we've got that. We'll change this. Do we want to change a green? No, we'll change the yellow. Right. Okay. Right, well, that gives us 3 investigation for the top row. Now we need a law or a terror on 2 dice. A law, there we go. Awesomeness. So that's another 2 trophies. She comes home, plus 4 trophies, means we've got 8, which means we can get someone blessed. Right. So, we're going to gain 2 uniques. Good ones. Discard to choose 1 investigator to become blessed. Yes please, and I think we'll choose Amanda herself, because Jim can get himself blessed on the next turn by spending trophies. Right, and then we also gain a spell. Right, advance the clock, it's midnight, and we draw a new Mythos card. Add a doom to the doom track. Lock the yellow die for the day. Right, we have just unleashed Cthulhu. So now we're fighting Cthulhu. Okay, well, it's Jim's turn. We're now battling Cthulhu, which means we need to get the battle task, which is a terror and a law and a peril. We have to get those as many times as possible with 6 dice. Law, terror and a peril, no law. We have to lose a die. We can focus 1, put both guys in there. We'll focus the terror. That didn't help us, we lose a die. Nope. Last chance. Nope. Right. Okay, so during the clock phase, the Ancient One attacks. Cthulhu's attack is each investigator. Each investigator must reduce either his maximum sanity or maximum stamina by 1. Then add 1 Doom token to the Doom track. Monsters do not appear after Cthulhu has awoken. Right, so right here, right now, we're okay on here. We have to lose, because these are going to go down from 5 to 4. Oh, that's cursed, I should say blessed. From 5, it was already from 5 to 4, now it's from 5 to 3, so we lose that, and we lose that. And now Amanda may as well, Amanda? Yes, Amanda, may as well use that. Right, so we have law, peril, no terror, so that's focus that. Jim can assist with that. Let's try and lose a die and try and get a terror. Nope. Lose a die. Could have kept those, couldn't I? Yes. So we had a law and a terror. Law and a peril. Okay. So yeah, we just lose a die. I keep the dice focused and assisted. So no terror. Lose a die. There we go. So we knock 1 Doom token off, but that's going to come back again straight away, pretty much, because we now can't do it again, because we've only got 2 dice left. So it's probably worth having a roll and see if there's anything we can spell up. Yeah, we can spell up a peril. Right. So Cthulhu adds a doom to the doom track, and we lose. So that was for. Oh, we should have lost one of those, shouldn't we? Because that went from 4 to 3. Now it's going to go from 3 to 2. This is going to go from. I'm going to lose another one of these each. And right, Jim's turn. That's the clock phase. We don't get the red and the yellow this time. No terror. Joys. So we'll focus and assist those. Lose a die. Give it a terror. Nope. Yep, there we go, that's one. But again, clock phase, it's going to come back. That goes down, that goes down. That goes down, that goes down. So, yeah, realistically, we've lost, haven't we? We've got Amanda's got one last shot. She's not going to be able to take out 13 Doom tokens. Is it 11 Doom tokens in one go? So yeah, that's no good. Lose a die. Well, we can focus those two. Just going through the motions now. That's it. So that doesn't go anywhere. Clock phase. Both have now been devoured. That is the end of the game. Cthulhu has awoken and the world ends. Well, started off so promising, what was it, 5 Elder Signs in the first few turns, and then it went downhill at a rate of knots. But at least now you got to see what happens when the Ancient One does actually awaken and the Doom track gets full. Yeah, really bad stuff happens, and yeah, once Cthulhu awakens, that's it. It's as good as game over, because every time you get to a clock phase, you're adding Doom tokens to the Doom track. But yeah, that was a pretty intense game. But yeah, you can't have it too easy, I suppose. You can't win them all. So the dice clashed with Cthulhu. Cthulhu won. But anyway, thank you for watching. Until next time, please continue to like, comment and subscribe, and God bless.